Today we're talking about English pronunciation. Maybe you've heard different English speakers say the same words but make different sounds with their mouths. That's strange, right? Why do they do that? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain why they make these different sounds and how you can too, so that you can pronounce the words the way that they're supposed to be pronounced. And it's not just about words, it's also about phrases and whole sentences. But if you know what I'm going to teach you in this video, then you will sound native too. And if you stay until the end of this video, I have 2 challenges for you to do right now using this information. And before we start, remember, if you want to speak fluently, then you need to practice speaking. So practice speaking English every day with professional native teachers like me. Click the link under this video now. Today, we're going to be focusing on the letter T. Sometimes you hear native speakers say cat, and sometimes they say cat. Sometimes they say spot, and sometimes they say spot. Why do they do that? Or maybe you hear English speakers say something really strange, like when they say this word better, instead of saying the T sound, they say
better.
Better.
This one is way better.
This one is better.
I will do better, I promise.
It sounds like a D sound. Why do they do that? Crazy English speakers. So the first thing that you need to know about the letter T and how we pronounce it in English is that the T sound is voiceless. And what that means is we do not vibrate. We do not make any vibration when we say this sound. And that's why we say that it is voiceless. And the second thing that you need to know about the sound T is that it is aspirated. And what that means is that you push some air out of your mouth when you say this sound. So if we hold a piece of paper in front of our mouths and we say T, then we're going to see the paper move. Right now, you can do this. You can put your hand in front of your mouth and you can say T, and you can feel the air hit your hand. So now you know that T, or the T sound, is voiceless. We don't make sound here. And it's aspirated. We push air out of our mouths when we say it. But some people in some places say some things a little differently. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can understand that and why they do that. First, we have our regular T sound. And you can hear this sound in words like 10, or today, or tonight, or Tuesday. All of these words use the regular T sound. And that's because we have some special rules about when we aspirate this sound, when we push that air out of our mouths at the end. We do this when the T sound is at the beginning of the word. Like I told you, 10 or today. But we also do this when the T sound is the first sound of the stressed syllable. A syllable is a part of a word. Like my name is Christopher, and there are 3 syllables. Christopher. 3 syllables. So if the T sound is at the beginning of the stressed syllable, then it will be aspirated. Like in the word attack, or attention. And then we also aspirate this sound when it comes before a vowel sound. We've got vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and we have consonants like B, C, D, F, G, and many others. And some sounds are vowel sounds, and other sounds are consonant sounds. So we aspirate the T sound when it comes before a vowel sound. But we do not aspirate the T sound after the S sound. So when we have ST, we do not aspirate the T sound. So in words like stop, or start. And even in words like last, the aspiration is much, much less. We also don't aspirate the T sound when it's the last sound of the word. So in words like cat, or that, you can hear the T sound at the end, but we don't blow the air out of our mouths. Sometimes it sounds like we're not even saying any sound at all, just cat. Well, there are a lot of words like this.
Bat.
Bat.
Tit.
Hat.
Pot.
Pot. Lot. Forgot. Not. And sometimes people call this the stop T because it sounds like you're stopping the sound instead of sending that air out of your mouth at the end. But you might be saying, Kris, sometimes in your videos, you say that sound at the end of the word. Why? Well, this is where it's also important to understand that in different contexts or situations or speaking with different types of people, sometimes we say sounds a little differently. So in the situation where a teacher is speaking to students and trying to speak very clearly, then they might pronounce some of the sounds more clearly than they usually would to help students understand. But in a regular conversation, especially American English speakers will use the stop T a lot. Did you hear what I just said? A lot. And that's a stop T. And we also do not aspirate the T sound when it's in an unstressed syllable. For example, Atlantic, like the Atlantic Ocean. So now you know the rules of when to aspirate, when not to, and remember that aspirate means to send some air out of your mouth. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot about tea and, oh, you thought we were done? No, no, no. We have 2 more types of tea and you cannot drink either of them. You know, tea. No, not that kind of tea. We're talking about 2 different pronunciations of the letter T. The first one is something that you hear in American English a lot, and we call it the flap T. But you might hear it and think that we're saying a D sound, not a T sound. That's confusing. Yeah. And in some British English accents, there's something called a glottal stop T. And this is where we make a short pause and we don't really say the sound at all. And both of these kinds of T's have very similar rules. So let me give you some examples of words that have a flap T or that some people might pronounce with a glottal stop T. The first example is water. Water. Do you hear how I say it? Because I have an American English accent, and when I say this word, I do not say water, I say water. It almost sounds like a D sound. This is the flap T, water. But really what's happening is we're saying the T sound, but we're not aspirating. We're not blowing air out of our mouths. And you can hear it in other words too, like the word letter, or butter, or party. Yeah, party. Can you imagine you're speaking to an American English speaker and they say, let's go to the party. And you're like, party? No, it's the party. Woo-hoo-hoo, party time! But then you turn to your British English friend and they tell you that they need a glass of, well, your American friend says water and your British friend says water. Your American friend says letter and your British friend says letter. Your American friend says butter and your British friend says butter. Your American friend says party and your British friend says party. Why do they do this? Don't worry. I'm going to tell you the rules. First of all, we can say the flap T or the glottal stop T sound when the T is between 2 vowel sounds. And remember, we're talking about sounds, not letters. So a T sound between 2 vowel sounds can have a flap T or glottal stop T sound. Water, letter, better, butter. It also makes this sound when it's between a vowel sound and a dark L sound. What's a dark L? I guess we need another video for that. A regular L sound is like la 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 la, and a dark L sound is like ooh. So you can hear the flap T or the glottal stop T sound in words like little, or bottle, or metal, or fatal. And we also have this sound after an R-controlled vowel. What's an R-controlled vowel? Guess we need another video about that too. An R-controlled vowel is when we have sounds like and or and R. It's basically a vowel connected to an R. So we have the flap T or the glottal stop T sound in these words like artist, and 40, and turtle. Yeah, turtle. You probably thought it was turtle, but no, it's turtle. So now you know a lot of rules to pronounce the letter T. And now it's your turn. Here's a challenge for you to do to see if you can pronounce all of the T sounds correctly. Try to say this phrase. Betty's butter batter splattered on her tattered top. Try again. Betty's butter batter splattered on her tattered top. Did you do it? Did you say it correctly? Do you hear all the different T sounds? Let's try another one. Tina's teeter-totter scattered litter in the gutter. One more time. Tina's teeter-totter scattered litter in the gutter. So remember, I'm American, I have an American English accent, and I use the flap T sound. If you talk to other teachers from other places, they might say it a little differently. And now you know why. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you press like, press subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what's the next video that I should make. Keep watching for more English lessons, and if you want to speak with professional native teachers every day, click the link below to go to our English Everyday Speaking program. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.